Today is Friday, July 20th, 2018, and this is the ServiceMonster Show.
The new opportunity via Reddit.
I came out with a new training video this week.
And ServiceMonster new release 6.2.8.
This week in social media, stumbled on an article this week about how to optimize your social media sites for local search. I was curious, so I decided to take a look. And inside I found some key tips that maybe might be helpful to you and your business. So I'll go ahead and offer them to you now. Now, some of these things you may know, some of them you may not. But with Facebook, one of the things they say is adding what they call a vanity URL. So I actually didn't know you could do this, but with Facebook, you can actually, instead of after www.facebook.com/ all these jumbled numbers and big long thing, you can actually apply to have what they call a vanity URL. So you can have your business name or something that's just more easily directable to your specific Facebook page. And then primarily what they talk about is just having a good description and really filling out your page with information. Now, you don't want to get too wordy because people like brevity these days, but think about including important information, business hours, what you're about, etc. You also have the option under settings to make your business a local business instead of just a general organization or company. So the category changes and people might be more attracted to a local business. Oh, hey, this person's nearby. I can walk in their store. Instagram talked about geotagging and that you can geotag your site so people know how to find you. It has to do with location. You're going to have to give Instagram permission to publish that, however. They also mentioned Instagram stories. And I know we've gone into this in the past, so I won't do so much now, but stories just add a little humanity to your business. Not that we're not all human, but it just gives people an inside look into your business, what you do. They might get to see your smiling face and that you enjoy what you're doing, etc., and that you do a good job. And perhaps they'd want to buy from your business from there.
So in our research, Stephanie and I stumbled across a page announcing that Reddit was going to start releasing chat rooms, going back to the early days of the internet. Now, while that functionality might not be useful to most of our viewers, I thought it would take a good chance to kind of go into Reddit as a whole, because I think it gets lost in the social media shuffle as far as useful sites that you can use to advertise your business. For anyone who doesn't know what Reddit is, it's a social news aggregation site and a discussion website. Essentially, it's a giant forum where people can be as broad or as narrow as they want based on, how they categorize it. It brands itself as the front page of the internet, essentially because it refreshes every day. And so the content you're seeing is always what's happening today in the country and or the world, as well as in your local area, should you go into maybe a subreddit that's based just for your city. So why does that matter to you? Well, Reddit users pride themselves on being anonymous. It's what helps make the feedback and the discussion so open and honest. This has provided numerous opportunities for really engaging and honest what they call AMAs, which stands for Ask Me Anything. Now, oftentimes this involves celebrities and things of that nature, but there have been some really great opportunities for service providers, and there's a really famous example of a vacuum repairman. It's one of the most famous AMAs on the website. There have been 3 or 4 iterations where he's come back and answered more questions. And in this AMA, Redditors were able to ask this vacuum repairman, simple questions as far as price of vacuum they should be looking for, bag versus bagless, how often to repair it, where to go to repair it, how much should they be paying for the repairs. A lot of questions that, people in my age demographic kind of don't always have the answer to. The reason this can be powerful is that Reddit tends to skew a little bit younger. Facebook nowadays, the adults have sort of, taken over, and that's why it's so useful for service companies as far as advertising goes. But with Reddit, you can get younger users who are just leaving college, just about to start a family, they're recently married, things where they Yeah, they might be price conscious still. They're not really in the workforce at the same point that they want to be, but they will be in a few years. The main thing, though, is they don't understand the dynamics of the service industry and keeping a clean house. How often should they have their carpets clean? How often should they have their gutters clean? Do they know how to do that themselves? Do they want to hire a professional to do so? Here's your opportunity to step in and shine. This week, Inside Smug.
This week in Smug, Brian brought up ServiceMonster Mobile. He said he'd been using it on and off for the past 2 years and had been encountering some issues. So I just wanted to apologize. I'm so sorry that you've been encountering those issues. But I also wanted to bring to light for those of you who aren't on Technician yet that we do have ServiceMonster Technician. Now, Technician doesn't have all of the same capabilities as mobile, such as scheduling. But I also saw some comments on the post where people kind of do a little bit of both. So if they use Technician for the field, and then if they need to schedule something, they use mobile. That could be an option for you if that's something that you have struggled with as well, and you're on the same page as Brian. So just wanted to offer that to you.
So Audrey asked in Smug this week where she could find the marketing videos that Joe had made. Now, Audrey, I know that Joe replied directly to you, and hopefully that was the video that you were looking for. But Stephanie and I were curious, so we went to our website and tried to just find and search, for those videos to see how simple it would be. And we ran into the same issues you had, where it wasn't quite so simple. I just wanted to take this time to let you guys know that the past couple of weeks we've been talking internally of how to improve our website and making it easier to find things, whether they're posted on our blog or our YouTube channel, really to make the whole process a lot less noisy. We want to make it easy for you to find the information that is useful, because we know how valuable Joe's marketing videos are and how much that helps all of you guys out there to grow your business, which is our goal as a whole.
This week, inside ServiceMonster. Like we mentioned before, I completed a new training video this week, which is super exciting. Yay! So you can find that up on YouTube and also on the help site. This video is specifically about setting up SMTP for a standard Gmail account. So it's not for a business Gmail. That's something I'm going to be doing in the future. It's a little bit of a lengthy process, but I think the video should be really helpful, especially if you're one of those visual learners like I am. And I also provided notes on the blog, so you can also, if you want to just read it, then you can also read about the process as well.
Also, the hiring process continues. We're still looking for one more support rep, this one hopefully with data capabilities. ServiceMonster product updates.
And we have a new release to bring to the table. 6.2.8 should be out either this week, if not early next week. So you can look for that. Did I say the number?
Yep.
Well, if I didn't, then it's 6.2.8. There we go, just to solidify it. All right, for this one, there was over 40 trackers, so it's a big one. Lots of things were fixed, lots of things were added. So I encourage you to go on the blog to look at the release video. Again, I try to keep my release videos short and sweet. This one I think is just over 2 minutes, and then there are also notes on the blog that you can read. I wanted to highlight one feature and one fix that happened. The fix that happened was, like in ServiceMonster 5, the capability to split payments when it's an already existing payment. So you go in the bubble there, you should see a split payment button, and you should be able to take care of it right there. And then on home dashboards, we added the new feature I wanted to make mention of is on home dashboards. So if you look on your home dashboards when this is released, you're going to see a tab for current jobs and future jobs. And you can now click on them to get all sorts of information about those categories, something that's been requested in Smug. So we know you guys will be excited about that. From everyone here at ServiceMonster, thank you so much for your attention.
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Go check out the demo.
And give us a call.